If you're watching this, it's because you are thinking about retiring to Delaware and calling my home state, the first state, your home as well. Well, if that is what you're thinking about, keep on watching because I'm going to go over the little details that matter when it comes to making that decision. And maybe by the end, it'll make sense for you to start finding your future home here in Delaware. Keep on watching. So why should you retire in Delaware, and why should you listen to a 20-something tell you why you should make that decision and call Delaware home? Well, good reason. I work with a lot of people looking to retire and find their future home, right? And usually the reasons they're looking to move to a new place when it comes to that is finances. And one of them is housing. So what makes Delaware so much different when it comes to housing than other states like New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, Florida? Well, one of it is our property tax. So like the house is here, right? For a lot of the areas I just mentioned, the property tax for homes, similar square footage that you see here, acreage, you're talking 3 to 4 bedrooms, 1,600 to 2,500 square feet, quarter acre of land, a little bit less, can be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. And that's a lot of money. When compared to like here in the city of Milford, a little space like this, gonna run you $1,500 to $2,000 a year. So it's a huge cost savings. But what else? Well, the actual cost for housing in of itself as well. See, this community right here, Simpsons Crossing, there is new construction and resale here right now. And you could buy one of these houses between $298,000 up to $400,000 for some of the bigger houses, the fancy pantsy stuff, all that. So again, comparing Delaware to, say, New Jersey, it can be substantially more affordable to buy a house here. And that's one of the reasons why people talk about moving to Delaware when they're retiring, because they're trying to save money. And I can completely understand that. But what other financial incentives are there for Delaware? Let's dive into some of that. So one of the other big reasons why people retire in Delaware, financially speaking at least, is because of your Social Security and pension. But what does that have to do with saving money? Well, Delaware is one of a handful of states where we do not tax your Social Security. So it keeps more money in your pocket. And if you're pulling Social Security out now or you're planning to in the near future, that can be really helpful when it comes to thinking about saving long-term and making sure you have enough funds available in retirement. But also pension. Depending on how old you are, you're actually allowed to take up to $12,500 out of that pension a year and not pay taxes on it, at least when it comes to the state, which is a pretty big perk as well. So between those two incentives and being able to buy real estate cheaper in Delaware, along with paying less property tax in some of the states I mentioned earlier, it makes a lot of sense financially to retire in Delaware. But there's one big perk as well that I haven't mentioned, but it's pretty cool. So one of the other massive perks in Delaware is we are the home of tax-free shopping. So if you went and, I don't know, got something off the dollar menu, if the dollar menu was even a thing anymore, go to Dollar Tree, if Dollar Tree was $1 anymore, you would only pay $1. There was no sales tax. So if you live in a state where, you know, you're spending $20,000, $30,000 a year on goods that would be taxed at 5, 10, maybe even 20%, I know parts in upstate New York are close to that, well, you could save thousands of dollars a year simply by living in Delaware because we're the home of tax-free shopping. It's a huge perk at the end of the day, and it may not, you know, be a whole lot of money you save all at once, but day by day, transaction by transaction, you're keeping tens of dollars in your pocket every day simply by living in Delaware and shopping in Delaware. That includes online shopping as well. There is no sales tax when you do online shopping either. It just gets sent to you and you just pay the normal price you see on their website. So one of the reasons people like retiring in Delaware is there's just so much to do. So I was just in Milford, drove down here to Rehoboth, to Nicoboli's, which is world famous, great food. It's about a 25-minute drive. And if you want to be able to go eat good food, do your shopping, all that fun stuff, in Delaware, it's not a far drive at all. For instance, from Milford to get to Lewis, Rehoboth is about 30 minutes. You continue down the beach, plenty of new places for you to go eat food, have fun. Other side of the county, you have Seafood and Laurel, which is slowly growing up. But you can also go down to Salisbury Mall in Salisbury, Maryland, and that's an option to do a whole bunch of shopping, go to the movies. And then you have Milford, which is where I was just at. It's where I live. You have a new movie theater, new police department, new shops coming up downtown, a bunch of those shops, which is going to be in some future videos you'll be able to see. And then you go up north. You have Dover, where the Dover Mall is at. Ton of shopping as well. Then you got Middletown, 30 minutes above that as well. There's a theme if you're catching on. We can again do shopping, get a bunch of food, all that fun stuff. Another 30 minutes north, you've got Newark, you've got Christiana, we got Wilmington. Great places to go eat, great places to hang out, and things to do like nobody freaking knows. People like to say the first state's a bit boring, but if you look around, you Google what's happening this weekend in Delaware, you'll find a couple of fun things to do. With that in mind, let me go have some fun with the board I am meeting today, charity board that gives back to people in Kent and Sussex County, and maybe I'll get their opinions on their thoughts on Delaware as well.
The trails.
The trails?
No, you guys do this.
She said I'm good. Pickleball. Tell me, what is your favorite thing about Delaware?
My favorite part is the people. I love the community down here. Everyone's friendly, nice, and likes to have a good time.
What part of Delaware specifically?
So I live in Lewis Beach. So Lewis, Rehoboth, everyone down here has been great.
Been great. For the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
Except me.
You've been fine.
I love that. What is y'all's favorite thing about Delaware?
I love the beaches. I love the bays. I love the trails. It's just such a beautiful state. It's a hidden gem, for real.
Do you have a favorite trail or beach?
Favorite beach, I would say... Oh, I don't even want to say, because I don't want everybody
That's
to
a secret.
go.
Shh.
But Tower Road is a close second.
Solid.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And what about you? Your favorite part about Delaware?
My favorite part, sense of community. Every town has its own flavor and people are welcoming.
Own flavor. What's your favorite flavor of Delaware?
I would say when you're driving up to Hopkins, they have a great ice cream creamery.
They
so
do.
It's nice.
Yeah, I love that spot. That's a hidden gem right there at the end of the day. Love it. Everyone already know, but
I don't wanna say this wrong. I don't want. Would you stay with me? Maybe we could make my head's up. Let's wait for me. Safe distance. I feel my knees get weak beneath me. Where you safe distance.
So obviously there's a ton to do in Delaware, whether you're at the beach, Milford, Dover, Middletown, Newark, wherever. But the other good question to ask isn't just things to do, but what about healthcare? And I'm going to be 100% open and honest and transparent with those of you guys watching this. So I have a cardiologist personally. I have a gastroenterologist. I have an ENT. I'm hearing impaired. Getting in to see these people is not super hard at the end of the day. You don't got to wait a year to get on a list, to get on a list, to get on a list. I'm able to see those guys as I need, especially for emergency appointments, but even routine. Just saw my cardiologist the other day. My gastroenterologist, we have appointments set up, so I'm good to see them every couple of years. My ENT, schedule appointments, we're good. My ENT personally said if I have any issues with my hearing, if it just suddenly a problem happens and it seems like I'm lost a little bit of my hearing that day for whatever reason, walk right in. He'll take care of me right then and there. So a lot of great healthcare providers. There's options out there. But let's talk hospitals. What else is out there? Well, Milford recently had a new hospital come in. They Bay Health Sussex. They also partnered with DuPont Children's Hospital. Obviously, it's kids. But the cool thing about that is they have a new geriatric program where you can go there and get care as well. And it's right next to the hospital. But let's talk a little bit deeper. Let me give you guys some insight. So, beyond being a realtor, creating content like this, I'm also a firefighter and EMT and have been for well over a decade. With that in mind, I'm really knowledgeable on the Delaware EMS service. And so, on the fire company side, they handle BLS. So think ambulances. They're the ones that are going to be dispatched to you and they cover the entire state, and then the counties have ALS. And so they'll intercept to be able to give you additional advanced care at the end of the day. But also, the state police have trooper medics that will fly on the helicopter if, let's say, you get really, really hurt, or, I don't know, you need to go to closure because you end up getting burned or something along those lines. They can fly you there. So you can get that immediate care that you need at the end of the day. And then Christiana Care, one of the local hospitals, they also have helicopters as well. If for some reason DSP's helicopters are down, or even Maryland State Police helicopters are down, they can go and take care of you. So there's a lot of great healthcare options out there when it comes to Delaware. And so I think for the purpose of retiring, if that's something that is important to you, Delaware's got it covered. Also, let me show you the geese around me right now. And so there you have it. Some of the reasons why I think it makes sense to retire in Delaware as a 30-something born and raised here. I know Delaware really well, and I do have a lot of clients that are looking to retire here in Delaware. And so a lot of their concerns are things I talked about today. But I'd love to hear from those of you guys watching. Do you agree? Does Delaware potentially have the things you need at the end of the day in order for you to retire comfortably? Or are there other concerns, other things that I'm just unaware of that if I could get more information on, it could be beneficial for you? I'd love to hear. Please feel free to put that contact information down below. I would be more than happy to connect with you, or any other questions. And obviously, if you're looking to move to Delaware, I'm a Delaware Realtor, more than happy to assist you with that. I help clients with that all the time. You can contact me with the phone number right below as well, or you can reach out to me directly through DMs. Otherwise, hope you guys have a fantastic day. I can't wait to explore even more Delaware with you.